Hey everyone, it's Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Welcome into the latest edition of Inside Automotive.
Hi everyone, I'm Cheyenne Malone. Welcome to Women Driving the Industry.
It's Steve Greenfield from Automotive Ventures. Welcome back to the latest episode of The Future of Automotive.
Welcome into another edition of CBT Now.
Welcome to Diversity in Automotive.
Adam Marburger here. Welcome to Training Camp.
You're watching Driving Solutions.
I'm your host, of course, Jonathan Dawson. Welcome to Mind Your Own Business.
Thanks for watching another edition of the Power Lunch.
Welcome back to CBT News.
Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Jen Suzuki with Loyalty-Based Sales Strategies.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for another edition of the Executive Profile.
Hey there, Colin Carasquillo here, host of Marketing Matters.
And you can watch that exclusively on cbtnews.com.
The strongest team in automotive media, CBT News, a dealer's #1 resource for news, content, coaching, and analysis. Welcome to CBT News with Cheyenne Malone.
Well, good Monday morning to you. I'm Cheyenne Malone. Welcome back to CBT News. Let's get started.
ALM Automotive Group acquired Nally Chevrolet in Union City, Georgia from Asbury Automotive Group on August 5th, rebranding it as ALM Chevrolet South. This transaction is part of Asbury's divestment strategy, which included $206.6 million in assets for sale as of June 30th. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, Escude Automotive Group, led by Mark Escude II, purchased Chevrolet of Eastleigh and Fred Anderson Nissan of Greer from Anderson Automotive Group on August 12th. Both dealerships will be renamed under the Escude brand as the new owners pursue additional acquisition opportunities. Rivian has temporarily halted production of its electric delivery vans at its Normal, Illinois plant due to a parts shortage. The pause impacts production of vans ordered by Amazon, Rivian's largest investor, which had initially placed a 100,000 unit order back in 2019. Despite the setback, Rivian plans to recover the missed production without affecting the output of its R1S and R1T models. The production pause comes as Rivian ramps up production following recent planned upgrades designed to cut costs and improve efficiency. Genesis is solidifying its luxury status in the US by rapidly expanding its retail presence and focusing on performance. The brand opened 21 new dealerships in 2024, bringing the total to 56, and introduced performance-oriented models like the GV80 Coupe and the GV60 Magma, a high-powered electric variant. Genesis also showcased its future electric lineup at the 2024 New York Auto Show, including the Neolin concept, likely the basis for the upcoming GV90 electric crossover. Despite some adjustments, Genesis remains committed to an all-electric lineup by 2030. The ongoing outage of dealer management systems continues to cause fluctuations in automotive sales and reporting. As of August 1st, 2024, the US had 2.17 million used vehicles in inventory, a 3% decrease from the previous year. Recent data shows a 27% increase in used vehicle sales from June to July, with the day supply of used vehicles dropping to 41 at the beginning of August, down 12 days from July. The average listing price for used vehicles rose slightly to roughly $25,000, driven by a higher proportion of newer vehicles in the sales mix. While affordability remains a concern, particularly for vehicles under $15,000, which have a limited 31-day supply. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with Duran Cage, the founder and owner of Cage Automotive, to discuss consumer loyalty and his recommendations.
I'm Adam Marburger. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a black belt in F&I, and I was put on earth to make as many F&I managers black belts as I possibly can. And you came to the right place, my friends. Training Camp is here. Exclusively here on CBT News, we are bringing you a platform to help you grow as an F&I professional and ultimately become a black belt. Make sure you tune in to my show, Training Camp, hosted exclusively on CBT News.
Affordability is a major factor, as we said in the opening of the show. Dealers are struggling with this. Consumers are struggling with this, with the average price of a new car being almost $50,000. Used cars are almost $30,000. it's a real issue. So are you seeing a shift in customer behavior where loyalty to brand is being sacrificed in favor of finding a more affordable option?
Absolutely, Jim. And I can even give you a reference as quick as yesterday. You know, a representative, she was a leader in the internet department, was like, we're getting hit with so many customers saying these words. What is your best price? What is the lowest monthly payment? And she's like, how do we handle that? And I said, it's first you have to understand what's actually going on in the market.
Yeah.
And we cannot use those. You know, sometimes we used to use the blatant statements when we connect with customers, be like, hey, don't worry, come on down, we got you.
Yeah,
and now,
right. That's not working anymore. They're like, not so fast.
What I told, so she has to turn that into a conversation and really get to a deeper understanding about where the customer's trying to be.
Sure.
And get a deeper understanding about their affordability concerns. But the conversations have definitely changed, and you can see it in their buying behaviors.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do you think affordability issue is temporary, or is it something the industry will have to address on a long-term basis?
You know, I would say that I'm not going to say that it's going to be long-term, but I would say we need to stay ready and be prepared if it was to go long-term.
Sure.
So meaning making sure that our marketing addresses these concerns. You know, we might not want to do the big 10,000s or the big discounts. We might want to really tackle that marketing message in a different way. And then our talk tracks, as we were just talking about, we might want to reword how we're communicating to people instead of just justifying why the price is what the price is. We need to get into why their concern is what the concern is and see if we can help them get to their next step.
Sure, sure. So what would a favorable word track be that you'd recommend if somebody asked that question to the salespeople?
Yeah, so I think the first thing is to acknowledge that concern. So if somebody says something as simple as, hey, Grant, is there any way I could get an idea of what the lowest payment would be on this car that I'm looking at online? I'm seeing all these tools, but I really got to know before I come in. This is common because they want to save time and they want to save money. So instead of us just saying, hey, come on in, or we'll work it out on paper, we're going to acknowledge that, like, hey, you know what? I'm so thankful that you brought that up, because we know that that's a concern, not just maybe for you, but for many of our customers. But just so I get a better understanding, when you say that you have concerns about what your monthly investment would be, could you talk us through that and maybe talk to us about what your current monthly investment is and what your goals are? And see, when we do that, now it's almost like we're aligned with the customer's goals instead of being aligned with what our goal is, which is to ultimately sell a car.
Well, that does it for us for today. But remember, it is easy to stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry. All you have to do is follow us. We're on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Cheyenne Malone. I'll see you next time.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content.